All right, check this out. I was finally able to grab one of the newest and highly anticipated model from Reebok that actually kind of shook up a little bit the status quo around the running sneaker industry. It won some awards, and obviously at the price tag brings a ton of competition. Hey guys, welcome back to our Kicks Business channel, and today we're looking at Reebok's Floatzig 1. One of the most exciting shoes this year from Reebok, one of the newest models coming out. This is not classic, it's not retro or anything like that. Reebok are continuing to innovate with models like that, and I'm super excited because runners were kind of at the staple back in the day. It was basketball and runners. They were neck to neck, some of the best models out there. I was always a huge fan of the runner models. Actually, the first Reebok I ever bought back in the day was the Reebok Abstract, the original one. Obviously the runners model, I absolutely loved it, and actually somewhere here behind me completely ruined and destroyed, but still is the same original one that I personally bought as a teenager back in the day. So back to these, a lot of things here are awesome. Now, first and foremost, obviously most of you are probably informed and know what Floatzig is. This is the Reebok's version of the modern day thermoplastic cushioning. The foam used here is ETPU based, and it's in a close relation with Boost and many other trademarks out there for other companies. But essentially what you have here is, again, thermoplastic. Now, my experience with this foam is throughout some other models over the years, but this one to me has the maximum amount of volume. You see how high they sit, and because of their structure, obviously the idea about that zigzag midsole is not new. Reebok had it even back in I don't know, 12, 13, 14 years ago. One of the very first models I have, I still remember the Zig Nano I bought back in the day. That one back then only featured EVA on the midsole, so it wasn't that most comfortable. The one distinct thing I remember is the insole was thick polyurethane one, which was kind of bringing all the comfort here. This is not the case here. With the Floatzig one, abundance of cushioning. Again, the Floatzig, super cushioned, and because how they constructed the shoe, there's no any significant instability that I can talk about. You will see how much inflared even the heel is, even the forefoot. The lower you go on the outsole is getting more flared out, so that provides plenty of stability. And slap on the bottom is very nice sticky rubber, pretty grippy actually, I have to say. On the bottom it says Floatzig Energy with the Reebok Vector logo, and some of the foam is exposed as well. Not a huge fan of the exposed foam on the bottom. I will tell you why, because if you're wearing for a long time, eventually there will be some sharp objects stuck in here, rocks, glass, other sharp things. And if this is maybe your one sneaker you want to wear, that might be an issue. But these are created for performance runners. $130 retail. Personally, I grabbed them for $70 during the Black Friday sales, and I'm super happy for their price. They're unbeatable. Honestly, if you're a performance runner, not the highest level of doing marathons and professional stuff like that, but in the mid to upper tier, these should be on your radar. You should definitely try them. If you see it somewhere in the store, try them out, see how you're gonna feel, because everybody's foot is different. Everybody expects different things from their shoes. To me, as a casual runner or casual wearer, this shoe is excellent. It provides plenty of cushioning. At the same time, I'm not suffering with big instability problems here. Now, again, this is a huge plus if you're planning to wear this in the summertime. Plenty of ventilation from kind of the heel portion all the way forward. There's a ton of ventilation. Yes, the tone is gusseted, but the gusset is very pory. It's perforated all throughout, and even all the way to the front. The perforations are quite large, and you're gonna expect some nice ventilation on that shoe. Production date on these is January of 24. They released kind of early this year, so this is one of the early colorways they were released. I think at Reebok's website right now there are over 10 colorways that you can pick from. To me, this is the most exciting one and the most highly desirable. I'm a huge fan of these kind of bright colors, very reminiscent to the old days, very reminiscent to the 90s, and red is my favorite color. So this was a no-brainer to me to grab one of those. Obviously, there's a couple other colorways I really like. Hopefully down the line, I'll grab those as well and check them out for you guys. Insole, very nice sculptured ortholite insole. That's a green ortholite with the arch support, cupped in the heel, and very nice. Right on top of it says recycled. A minimum of 30% of upper is recycled material. yeah, great. All other companies, including Reebok, are going to a deadline of being green, recycled, and all that. I appreciate that a lot. Let's save the nature, but at the same time, I prefer genuine materials. Anyway, going back to the upper, completely mesh, we have some reinforced parts right here, some ballistic mesh where the Reebok vector is, and we have a tiny little vector right on the first lace loop. I absolutely love that. Tiny little vector with a Floatzig on the heel. When it comes to reflecting material, we have one big stripe on the heel and this whole portion on the front that kind of looks like a reinforcement or stitching reinforcement, which is not, it's just an overlay. This is also reflective as well. The shoe is extremely light. I like how light it is. Honestly, if this is my #1 shoe to wear over the summertime, I'm gonna have a great time with these, just wearing casually because how airy and light they are. Tone, well padded, especially on the top. Reebok logo on it. Holder for the laces, appreciate it as well. And we have 2 lace loops close to each other at the end, which is great for runners. If you're a competitive runner, you know what's up, you got to put one of those in there. So one of the things about the zig structure is kind of carried over the years, and you can kind of look from one side to the shoe, from medial or the lateral, and see on the other side. That's one of the things they came out back in the day to save on material and make the shoe lighter. Hence, that's why the zig structure, and makes it more interesting. This concept today is adopted by so many companies. Actually, a company like OnCloud is strictly banking on it and making a huge rounds around and super popular because of that situation. But Reebok is not new to that, and I'm glad they brought it to this model, and I'm glad that they incorporated the Floatzig foam here, and that Floatzig energy is just so bouncy, so nice, and I absolutely love how it looks. Tiny vector logo on the toe lip in the front, and the whole structure of the shoe reminds me of a lot of 90s models. And yeah, I love what they've done here. Colors, execution, look, performance wise, right pricing. Again, for $130 at retail, I think they can compete with a lot of Nike models, with a lot of Brooks, a lot of Saucony models, a lot of kind of more tiered up and tailored towards runners, serious runners. Shoes and Reebok are going to the right direction, bringing some technology and right decisions to the market. So absolutely love that one. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Hit the thumbs up if you like the video. Stay tuned to the channel. Subscribe if you're new. Check out some of the videos coming very, very soon. And as always, guys, you have a wonderful day.